Hi traders, welcome to today's ICT Silver Bullet New York session market review. It's May the 18th, 2023. We're going to look at the opportunity on US500 in this session. Let's jump straight onto the charts and see what we've got. So I've already marked up some levels to make this a little bit quicker. You can see we've got the daily low, Asia low, and New York has put equal lows in today. And we also had lows from the overnight session as well that have just been swept, and we've now closed back inside this range. We have the daily high, which was set in between the New York and London session. Because we're closing back inside the range, it makes this area a good target in my opinion. We are rejecting quite nicely from this fair value gap after taking this sell side. We've left the volume imbalance on the 15-minute, volume imbalance on the 15, and volume imbalance on the 15. So there's three volume imbalances now pumping back up into the range. Above the buy side here, we've one thing to note, which is really interesting actually, is we've rejected off a new week opening gap, and we've rejected off a new week opening gap. So we're kind of ping-ponging at the moment between these two new week opening gaps, which is, again, I think ICT refers to daily highs, previous daily highs as draws on liquidity, and new week opening gaps. So it's interesting to see that those are in play here today as well. We have a couple of levels of liquidity above us, identified on the 1 hour chart. So we have some buy side, a swing high into a fair value gap, and then filling the fair value gap here is this next line, and then top line is the ultimate swing high from May. So this is the monthly high of May. Let's drop down onto some lower time frames. Where are we? On the 15-minute chart. Let's drop into the 1 minute now to start trading the Silver Bullet session. So we can see already on the 1 minute that bullish fair value gaps are holding here, and we've been eating into bearish fair value gaps, closing them in. So again, breaking structure on the 1 minute as well, showing us that we could be potentially into a buy program now. So straight into the ICT Silver Bullet hour, we have a volume imbalance on the bearish side, respected there, broken there, with a bullish volume imbalance now here. The bullish volume imbalance is respected, followed by another bullish volume imbalance here. And so volume imbalances are a really good indication of where price wants to go. Huge displacement to the upside. Fair value gap has been left, so this would be our first opportunity to get in line with the market. 5 pip stop and a 5.2 pip take profit is what I would go for. Looking to take out the daily high. From ICT's teachings, one thing to make this more high probability is to measure the potential range from your best possible entry to the take profit. Make sure it's over 10 handles. This is giving us 13 handles, so that does fall within the criteria. We'll get rid of that because I don't want to see it. So we have not got tagged in. We have created a volume imbalance. We've left behind this bearish candle, which I believe would act as an order block, potentially. We've left a fair value gap up higher. So this is where the ICT Silver Bullet method seems a bit strange to me, and where I'm not sure if I've got it right. We want to be, basically, we would take the higher fair value gap now, just looking to get in line to take the top, to take the buy side. 5 pip stop, 5.2 take profit. Where this becomes more risky is that to this buy side we now only have 6.7. We don't have our 10 handles. If we go to the higher liquidity, resting just above the daily high, so we do have a potential 10 handles to that liquidity there. My take profit is always 5.2. I just want to grab 5 handles and get out. The other option would be to wait for this order block to be hit. It gives a slightly better entry and allow us to cover off this fair value gap below. 5.2 obviously gives us a better risk reward if we were to wait for this. The other option, which I'm just thinking on the fly now, would be to wait for a retracement of this leg, the optimal trade of that second leg up, which would bring us into this volume imbalance area. So the 60% retracement level is just down here into the order block as well. It's obviously not going to be 60% of that leg, 50% of that. So we'll pull in, we get triggered straight away on the fair value gap entry. Volume imbalance is tapped and the order block is tapped. So we're straight into there, which is nice. Really good rejection from that volume imbalance. Take profit hit. Buy side liquidity taken. That's the trade. So if you were brave, you would have held on for this. If you're super brave, you could be going for the higher targets, depending on how you want to manage the trade. So this here is the fair value gap now filled on the 1 hour. The ultimate target, if you're really bullish, would be to take out the 1 hour swing high. So we're messing around on there. See if we break this swing low. So if we got an order block here now, let's just move this out of the way. This is an order block. Let's see if that holds. Yeah, so we've got volume imbalances into an order block, fair value gap as well. Oh. Fair value gap there. Fair value gap's been filled, but it's inside an order block. And then displacement coming away. And that's the end of the hour. So we've finished the hour, the high of the day. There was no break of structure on the inside. We didn't break this low, which would be the break of structure to there. We do obviously have a small internal break of structure there. We wouldn't be looking for shorts there, I don't believe. Let's just scroll forward, see if this has taken it yet. We may run out of time. So that's where we're at the moment. So it's not taken the high as of yet. It's actually dumping quite aggressively now, just under the high, but that high does look very suspect on it. There's the news at this time. Anyway, there is your Silver Bullet trade for the New York session. Easy 5 handles, potentially taking all of these out. You had 15 handles if you'd have held it and were able to identify those draws on liquidity. I hope that helps. Please leave any comments or questions down below and I'll gladly read them and offer any advice that I can or see how we can improve this. Like and subscribe if you want to see more of these, and I'll be back tomorrow with another Silver Bullet review.